interesting program out there, Doty?
It is an interesting program, Christian, and it's free. This is not something that I ever took part in. I'm guessing, and check me if I'm wrong here, I don't think you were doing anything like this when you were a kid, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if we wanted to get into the business world now, I'm guessing we would need to do something like this, or we would be behind the curve. What it is there's 25 kids on a first-come, first-served basis. All but a handful are from right here in West Michigan. They divide these kids up into teams, and then each team is paired up with a young entrepreneur mentor, a lot of whom graduated from Grand Valley, who does their own entrepreneur program, and then they all get to work. They get a theme. This year it is urban farming, and they have to come up with a business model. They have to make a presentation. They have to really sell it to the judges, and the winning team with that best presentation and the best idea gets cold hard cash that they are encouraged to use in a real business. They've been doing this for several years now, and it's going to keep on growing because this is a really hot trend for kids in our area. Take a listen.
You know, it was surprising. We went to the Doty Center earlier today and ran into another group of young entrepreneurs in high school, and it was surprising how many of them knew each other. There's a tenet that I think that I certainly follow, and I think a lot of successful people do, is a lot of it's about who you surround yourself with. So you can even see that at this age. I mean, they're surrounding themselves with the type of people that's where they want to go, so they're going to put people who are like-minded, in that. But on the other hand, I mean, there's so much the diversity in here, the ideas, the contexts that people bring to this discussion are just tremendous, and I think you come up with a better solution based on that.
Entrepreneurship is a young man's game, evidently. I said, where are all the old gray-haired guys, the West Michigan backbone of business? Right. You said, no, the mentors, the helpers are all young people.
Yeah, so statistically, it's about 80% of new businesses and CEOs of new businesses are under 30. So I used to have this concept like you that all the people who run things, quote unquote, were these old people with white hair. Not so at all.
It's a really diverse group of kids, as you can see from some of the video there, Christian. I know you've done stuff with the Center for Emerging Enterprise here in the Grand Rapids area. It is a young man's game, and until you see it up close and personal, you really don't think that way. You always think of, the venture capitalist living on the big hill, the big house, who's just shelling out his money. But no, it's a young man's game, and you got to get in early, and it doesn't take a lot to get started, because you always hear the story about the person, well, I was just doodling, and then that doodle went on to be something else because you just took a chance and somebody took a chance on you, and that's really what this is teaching the kids. When we come back later on in the show, we're going to hear from some of those students and why they are here, some of them for second, third year.
Yeah, it never surprises me the amount of self-starters in the Grand Rapids, West Michigan area, and the amount of people that come back to their school and help out the kids, give them a help up the way they got a helping hand back when they were getting started.
Exactly. You don't want to have somebody help you, then you make it big, and then you turn your back on everybody. It really is self-sustaining. When you help somebody, they help somebody, and it goes from there. I guess you could say it's kind of like a pay it forward or paying people back kind of thing.
Yeah.